Hey, I'm back with level 5 of Freekstyle, Let It Ride. With me this time is Rather Watch Them and Samurai Fuchs.
Hello.
Yo.
So, Rather Watch Them, you were there for the previous episode, which was that dumb hedge maze, garden gnome, crab bunny made out of grass
Yes.
episode that seemed like one giant gimmick. Well, this one is much better. This is a Las Vegas themed race with
Yay.
stuff going on pretty much all the time.
We're about to drop some instant insanity on Let It Ride. This joint has more rhythm than a drill team. Use your boost wisely or else you'll find yourself heading 150 miles an hour into a wall.
They sure don't feel a lot of shame in putting dirt all over the place.
Why didn't you just hand out trophies instead of trying to race?
But if I just give out the trophies, I'll never see you.
Let me guess, Samurai, you love the soul patch.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Everyone has pointed out the soul
Absolutely
patch.
fantastic. It's really extreme.
Extreme. Alright, well, this level, I like it just because there's pretty much always something going on. You don't have to wait a while until the next jump or the next cool moment to go through, like soaring through a flaming hoop. Or bonus zone followed by just ramps every couple seconds that keep the level interesting, sort of like Burn It Up, Monumental Motorplex. Unlike the previous episode, which just had nothing for about 30 or 40 seconds near the end.
To be honest, I kind of expected that when you said it was a Vegas-themed level. I figured that meant the developers would kind of go crazy with the level design.
Yeah, even if you look to the sides at all the buildings and such, it's so much more colorful of a level than some of the other ones. Bright neon signs everywhere, and certainly large ramps that let you soar over buildings.
I have to say, it might be something that you get used to after a while, but just watching it, I find the boost effect in this game kind of jarring, the way that it blurs everything. I mean, I guess it works from a visual standpoint, but if I was playing, I think it would probably be really distracting.
It's probably masking... to me, you know, I've been hard on the game quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably masking. It doesn't feel like you're really going that much faster when you boost.
Right.
However, when they go all out, like in the freak out mode with the fire effects, this certainly feels a lot faster.
Yeah.
And another thing this level is great at is keeping a long freak out mode going. You'll see that I keep this up for maybe even close to a minute. I don't know the exact length, but you could spend a lot of time here if you correctly mix up your tricks and even add some of the combos in. If you're getting medley bonuses, then you're doing a good job.
Yeah, this definitely puts the last level into perspective. Like, I feel like this was the last level, but done right. You know?
Yeah. And I do like how if you're in the middle of a freak out and the timer goes down all the way, the game waits to see if you land a trick before actually going out of the freak out.
Yeah, it helps you out and lets you keep going a little bit more. Up here is a shortcut that I don't quite get in the video, but I get it in a bonus clip afterwards. There are two ramps, and this is a little dumb, but the ramps seem to switch based on when the person in first goes past them. Like, the ramps will switch after that person goes by. So, since I'm in the lead, they were the same as they were for lap 1, which didn't let me take a shortcut, and then they changed for all the people who were right behind me.
Huh. That's weird.
And anyway, if you get the shortcut, it takes you up to an alternate path that drops you out on the side. Another thing for this level is that in lots of the branching paths, there really seems to be one that's just better pretty much all the time. In the first one, where you would go underground into the neon tunnel, it's just best to take the right path. I think it's faster as well as giving you actual jumps. And then for the path up here, the one on the left gives you just a huge jump, and you're going to need to do that one for the Freekstyle part of this level, especially because you have to get a much higher amount of points here than on the levels before. And also then, since it's a figure 8, you get sent on the right path, which doesn't have all of these jumps that are easy to get slowed down on.
Yeah, I can definitely tell there's a bit of a lull in action right there.
What you're supposed to do is take basically every other jump, but with the high jumping stat we've got, that's tough to do. And also, you could see I've been updating the jumping stat the most since the beginning, and now it's really starting to pay off. If you see, I basically, instead of falling after I reach the top of my jump, I basically just glide, and that gives me a lot more airtime.
Yeah, and that'll help in extended freakouts, I'm guessing, because you can do more tricks in midair before you land. So.
Right. But it's just really fun watching yourself fly 50 extra feet past where you should have landed, especially if it lets you land somewhere better to set you up again for something else.
I have to say, I think there are things that the game does... Oh, wow. I think there are things that the game does well in terms of mechanics and visual style and stuff like that, but at the same time, I feel like for a game that really wants to feel, extreme and crazy, I don't really get the feeling that the racer is ever going incredibly fast, and I don't think that it helps that the races themselves are really long. I feel like if they maybe shortened the races a little bit, it would have more of an illusion of speed, but that might just be me.
The races certainly want to make you basically fight for your speed, I guess. There's so many areas that can slow you down. You've seen the giant mud patches off to the sides if I even go slightly off the track. And of course, I certainly don't feel like I'm going 100 miles an hour, like I said before.
Yeah.
I don't know if lowering the speed count would fix that. So,
yeah.
Honestly, this brings me to a point I've kind of been thinking about. We don't have enough time in this video to really think about it in detail, but the best games from this period, the games to have survived the whole extreme sports games craze, like the SSX series and such, I wouldn't really call those extreme games. I wonder if maybe a lot of these games are trying really hard to be extreme when they actually shouldn't be at all.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually.
Oh.
And this is just the shortcut showing if you get the second ramp, you can go up here.
That's a nice spot.
It makes you take the right path, but the right path is the one with the jumps. And also, it gives you a really huge jump.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I kind of am agreeing with your general idea that, the games that try to be really extreme never really caught on.
Yeah, you never see those really crazy jumps in Tony Hawk, and you don't see, fire coming out of your board when you're playing SSX. It's the more subtle ways that really refines their gameplay, and that's what makes them the good parts of this whole genre, I guess, movement.
The one exception to the rule I can think of is the Burnout series, but that's kind of a different genre altogether, so it's not exactly the same thing.
Yeah, Burnout was to racing games pretty much like SSX was to sports games, just because it was sort of the first of what it was. You had all these standard racing games, and then you had something so over the top that, even if it was performed badly, it was something so new. And Burnout wasn't done badly.
Right.
Right.
And also people say about like the SSX series and such that it's so easy and so boring that games needed to try to be edgier like this. No, SSX is so much more fun.
Yeah.
All of these, but yeah,
The
maybe
Burnout games.
I'll
Because
I'll think about that more, and maybe next episode we'll have another discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Sounds
good
good.
food for thought.
Anyway, we're almost halfway through the whole career. We have one more racetrack to do, and that is the Rocket Garden. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.
Later.
Bye.